Yep, so he grabs... Oh, my goodness. Okay, so high-res is buggy. Spectator mode is going to have us miss a couple minutes here. I'm going to hit the pause button so I can make sure everybody is in their places. Let's do this. Looks like we have a pick coming in for Clono and Jules. Clono's going to be grabbing first blood for the Meat Riders. That's... Okay. Okay there. The Meat Riders. That's a good one. I do like that one for sure. The Meat Riders up against Kuma and Magma. And they're going to be getting started right here, right now. We did miss a little bit of the action, but we are here now, thankfully. Spirit Flail getting some massive poke in thanks to the extra proc from Warrior's Axe. See that that's going to be a Yu Hung pick. Very interesting. I feel like I don't see very many good Yu Hung players. So I'm excited to see how Jules does going into this matchup up against Sun Wukong and Hera. Both pretty safe picks, but I can only hope that they're going to be able to find a way to take advantage of these two coming into the game. While there is a lot of safety between the CC and the shield that Hera has, I don't know if it's going to be helpful here. Knocking up... So Kuma was actually able to knock up Clono away from that polymorph, and it did not connect for that specific reason. Interesting there. Interesting how these things work out sometimes. Completely accidental, but there are, you know, it's a little bit of a mix-up, a little bit of switch of plans. And let's see how it goes into things. And now they're going to go for a deep dive under the tower here. Clono is going to be looking to ride the Meat Riders over here. Doing some big things, and that's going to be the second pick. Rotating under tower and finding the blood of Magma. Now going to be going to the wave and looking to push that up as Kuma is going to have to go back to base. Instead of pushing for the wave, they're actually going to be going for some camps right here, looking to solidify that experience lead into the further matchups for tonight. Yep, the XP lead is looking nice, as well as the gold lead, which is going to be a whopping 1,200. Yep. That's nothing to wag your tail at there. That is definitely a decent number considering that there are only 2 bodies on the map. So that is a whole tier of an item, believe it or not. You can see that Kuma is going to be diving into the backline right there, looking to apply a little bit of pressure on Jules, but Clone is going to make sure it does not go unanswered. Whopping away on damage right now. Kuma suffering a lot. Is he going to be able to ult out of there in time? It looks like he is. Clono having to fight off the decoy right there. I don't know if he realized that that was a decoy or not. But definitely getting pulled out at the right place at the right time. Looks like the Meat Riders are going to be continuing their dominating performance as the game goes on. Reaching the 5-minute mark, and we're starting to see a bit of a lead. Pretty solid lead between these two teams. I'm going to remain unbiased here. Part of me, I was about to vouch for one of these teams, but I think I'm going to remain a little unbiased here. Magma finding a good polymorph right there. Definitely putting some poke out on Jules. Soaking that one straight to the face, as most Meat Riders do. And they're going to be hiding in their tower a little bit, not wanting to face the over-leveled, overpowered Clono with the Osiris pick. I'm guessing that Bologna was taken off. Yeah, big surprise there, isn't it? Big surprise. I guess my Hercules game was strong enough to a point where some of these players are going to feel the need to trauma ban the Hercules pick out of this. Ult coming out from Clono. You can see that he's getting a little antsy as these players are kind of hanging out under tower. Kuma going for a bit of a stun right there, but Jules was able to jump into the air and move away. Decent polymorph there coming out from Clono, but it did not go unanswered with a sickle from Clono. Hitting the face of Magma. Good damage coming out from Jules to follow up here. They're getting poked down pretty severely. The combination of the sickle and spirit flail from Osiris and Jules, all of those abilities just poking away on the members of the enemy team. I mean, they're doing what they can to try and make something happen here. Good stun from Jules right under tower. No fucks given. The Meat Riders are going to be finding the third pick of the game. Now 3 to the whopping goose egg. And they're finding picks left and right here. I mean, I'm excited to see a fun match for once. Goodness, that That last game was just so long with so little picks. I'm excited to see some fresh action in front of my eyes right here. Ready to see some big things happen before us. And Clono and Jules are going to be putting on a show for me. And let me tell you, I've never been more excited. And now they're going to be finally going back to base to look to buy some items to spend all of that gold that they have just recently earned. Thebes is almost online for Clono. Kind of wondering why he's going for the Glad Shield over the very popular Equinox right now, as that ban has not banned, but the nerf has not set in place. Maybe he's going to be going for more poke, ability-based poke with Spirit Flail and the Sickle. That could be a decent answer to these things. But, yeah, just going for a little more farm here. Just like I said, looking to solidify the XP lead between the two. Both Jules and Clono are level 13. Meanwhile, Magma and Kuma are level 11. Throwing out a couple jokes there, Jules. Definitely feeling yourself here in this matchup. Kuma trying to get some damage there on Jules. Diving heavy, and Hera is going to be coming out with Argus. Hammering away damage on Jules, who's going to be suffering. Now at half health, this Argus chases him down, but now Clono is looking to do a little defense, looking to do a little home defense here. Does not want Jules getting touched up, and he's got something very nice to answer with it. Kuma's going to be busting out the decoy here to try and get some health back before jumping into the fight. Instead, he's actually going to jump back here, as he does not want a piece of that. Very good stuff indeed. But that's a smart disengage from both teams. I mean, you really don't know 100% decidedly who's going to be taking that one. Now, Clono's going to be going over the wall right here to put some damage out on Magma, who is completely unsuspecting with no Argus to help them out, and a combination of damage from Jules. The Meat Riders are going to be finding the 4th pick into this game. And now looking to get things continued. They're going to be poking away slowly but surely on Kuma, who is doing their best to defend those waves as they crash under the tower. And this game is finally starting to look a little decisive. Thousands of gold ahead. The Meat Riders are putting out a very dominant performance. The chemistry between Clono and Jules, unarguable. We have had a couple subs this game, this entire tournament, so these things can definitely rough up the edges a little bit. Your chemistry's not as tapped in as these two, and that can make a very big difference. Clono in his element, former GM Joust player, showing up and showing out right here. Definitely, he is in his zone. Meanwhile, Jules locked in with the mage pick. That's going to be Jules' comfort zone, picking up a mage and just casting out abilities, throwing out massive damage. And they're doing both of those things so well. I can't help but think that as far as these go, that maybe the Wukong pick is kind of hurting them in the long run. Wukong is not necessarily the best duelist, but more focused on poking, I would like to think. A little bit of CC, a little bit of disruption, get in, do some things, and then get out. And that's what he's doing right now, but he has suffered. He's not able to do as much. You have a frontline. There's a frontline monster named Clono doing big things with Osiris, and I don't think that Wukong was the correct answer to it. You can now see the Clonos are going to want solo this BDK, and I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know why they decided to rotate over there. I think that Kuma just had that natural instinct. Massive damage coming out from Clono, chipping away on Wukong, and now rotating his focus over to Magma, as Argus is not doing too much, applying a little pressure to Jules, but Jules is kind of just ignoring it. But he is getting chipped away at there slowly but surely. Clono's definitely chipping away at that Argus, though. Now finally disappeared from combat. And he's going to be blinking in, looking for a spot on Magma, as he's looking to chip away damage here slowly but surely. I've said that probably 100 times tonight because I've seen multiple Osiris games. I mean, slowly but surely is the name of the game with with Osiris. You've got a little burst with your ability. For the most part, you're just going to be swipe, 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 damage, 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 damage. Like it takes a while to chip away that health bar, but it definitely can happen if you try and ignore the likes of Clono. Doing a little bit of tower diving there. Good shield coming out from Magma, able to react to the Spirit Flail that was going to come in and do some big damage as well. But soaked up a bit of damage from that sickle. Soaked up enough damage to need to go back to base and also follow up with a pick. Looks like they're going to maybe going into maybe Doom Orb. Is that the move here? Doom Orb, quite possibly the move. I don't know. I just work here. We're getting things underway here. The level advantage is going to be coming up even more so. Now 3 levels ahead. Joust is level 18. Meanwhile, both Magma and Kuma are 15. Having to go back to base to make sure they get enough items online. Wukong, Kuma is just now finishing that Stone of Binding. Meanwhile, Hera, Magma, is going to be picking up the Doom Orb, just as I had suspected. Big stuff indeed here, folks. Big stuff indeed. And now they're finally going to be rotating over to that BDK. They're going to keep chipping away at it. Looks like Clono was easily soaking up a lot of that damage there. Less than half health. You can tell that Magma and Kuma are going to be looking for a steal. But Joust is going to have some type of secure in hand, I would like to imagine, as the low health is coming around. And Clono and Joust, the Meat Riders, are going to be taking advantage of that. They're going to secure the objective on the Bull Demon King. Now Clono has focused Magma, looking to chip away that health bar very quickly in combination with the massive burst of damage coming out from Joust. Yo Hung Pick definitely coming in handy right here. Kuma is getting the hell out of dodge, as now they look to move to this tower and take it out of action. And no, this is not an inside job. Now moving over to the Phoenix here. Not sure what they plan on doing. I think Clono's going to be taking the no fucks given approach and looking to chip away on damage. Yep, it's happening slowly but surely here. Joust not quite 100% connecting on that one, as Clono's going to be rotating out. Does not want to catch too much towers aggro there. There we go. Now that is some good poke right there from Joust, who is now just being a little disrespectful at this point. Joust, goodness, definitely in your comfort zone. Magma walking straight into that one, soaking up a good amount of damage right there from Joust, who's picking up the Spirit Robe. There's definitely a lot of hard CC to be suffered between the likes of Wukong and Hera, so Spirit Robe does not surprise me in the slightest. Definitely a smart pickup from the likes of Joust. And we're moving a little bit deeper into tonight's game with the Meat Riders up against Kuma and Magma. Clono's going to be diving deep into the backline right there, putting a little bit of slow thanks to Frostbound on Magma, who's trying to run away, suffers a stun, and yet another slow. Argus coming into the battle looking to save Magma's life, but does not do so. Instead, Clono's going to be taking it with him to the grave, as he might be falling under this tower here. I don't think the Kuma's going to have the range to jump back in. I think he's just going to have to take that little bit of extra health regen and now come under the Phoenix and just hang out there as they wait for another fight to come out. Joust is getting more and more poke in, hitting harder and harder as the game comes by. Level 20 is on the horizon for Clono and Joust, and they are definitely taking advantage of that situation, chunking health bars slowly but surely. Now that they are level 20, they just need to catch up in the gold department, get a little more gold online, and they are definitely going to be chunking right here. Sure that Clono's going to be going back right here, right now, and picking up that Axe of Animosity. Slap my wrist if I'm wrong. getting Void Dormammu. Going to be helping out Joust with a little bit of damage, I would like to presume, as well as Acts of Animosity, which is going to help his damage output immensely. Right now, you can see that Joust is nearing that build completion. As they look to grab the meteor right here, it's going to help them get a little more damage off in their next fight, if they fight so quickly. And here we go. Dropping a ward as they rotate over to the Bull Demon King here. Looking to grab another one. Very quickly, Acts of Animosity is definitely putting out some big damage, as well as the burn effect left over from Joust, chipping away at the health bar of the Bull Demon King, which is just looking like a giant minion at this point. Kuma is now in the area, but did not show up soon enough to try and steal. They're going to be giving that one up to the Meat Riders. They look to run straight to that Phoenix and continue their oppressive power here. Chipping away on that health bar. The Phoenix is slowly but surely going to be falling right here, right now. Argus is busted out, but Joust has a bit of an escape move to make sure that it doesn't do much. Ultimate coming out from Joust as they look to lock Kuma in place. CC immunity has been busted as Kuma is now sitting in the air looking on where to land, and instead going to be falling back after getting that health regen in, leaving Magma behind to fall to the hands of Clono is what it looks like right here. Just ever so squishy. Cannot handle the slightest amount of damage thanks to that complete squish build pretty much. I mean, Breastplate of Valor is doing a little bit, but yeah, there is not much you can do against the full build, full damage Clono and Joust. Using the bull move to get out of there in quick fashion, but I think that right now the combination of damage between Joust and Clono, the Meat Riders are looking to find this victory here. Kuma is swinging away at these minions, looking to do whatever they can to try and prevent this victory, but I think that the Meat Riders are going to be taking this home and making their way to the finals, the semifinals of the Joust, the Two of Us tournament. Great job from Joust and Clono moving on to the next round. And as far as Kuma and Magma, better luck next time. We will see you in the next tournament I hope to see, because you guys did have a good performance there. Definitely saw some good things, but it is hard to go up against the likes of Clono and Joust.